Hello everyone, and welcome to another live stream. And yes, we are not speedrunning today. Not today, no sir. Drink some water. Well, we start healthy. Thank you for the gifted subs line. I don't think Cringe really needed that. But I appreciate it anyway. Actually, he didn't have a sub, so fair enough. Can't have a mod without a sub. Well, thank you. So how are you all doing? So we might still get a little bit of speedrunning done today, but maybe a little bit at the end. First we're gonna do a normal playthrough. Just like good old times, with which I mean 2 weeks ago. It's funny. The speedrunning, it feels like I've been doing it for a while now, but it's only been 1.5 weeks. On Sunday, the 14th, was when I did my first speedrunning stream. So, it's really been only 10 days. Thank you for the follow, Drené Royal. Had a good day at work, now enjoying the stream. Nice. How many streams ago though? If you include the YouTube one, I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 streams. Normal playing is such a blast from the past. Just 2 weeks ago. Thank you for the 22 months, Sleek. Yeah, we're gonna do Nevermore Park, which I could speedrun for ya as well. Only takes about 9 minutes if I get a good speedrun. But we're not gonna do that. If you're doing it correctly, speedrunning shouldn't take too long. Yeah, but that's only... depends how many scenarios you do, of course. Oh, this looks small. Yeah, I'm back at my normal resolution of scaling factor of times 1.5. Which I've been playing at scaling factor of 2 in the speedruns. Which is because I need to do that on the software instead of OpenGL as a drawing engine. And that only really works well with scaling factor of multiple numbers. Because if I go to software, then this looks ugly. It doesn't work that well. But if you have OpenGL, then it looks much better. 9 minutes is too short for the stream. Yes, it is. Please help me go back to sleep, Marcel. I've been up for 2 hours and now it's 4 AM. Well, there won't be any very loud yeses or oh my god or whatever here, because this is not a speedrunning stream. Well, maybe at the end, like I said, but... so, yeah, you know, I'll be calm, probably. So you'll be able to go to sleep. Some speedrunners spend years building their skill, but if they were really speedrunning, they would have gained their skills in a fraction of the time. Yeah, it's funny. I have had people see speedrunning described as spending the longest amount of time trying to complete a game in the shortest amount of time. Because obviously, if I had just gotten on with it, instead of spending 20-30 hours preparing, if I just started at the end and started that time just playing through, I would have been done much quicker. But I spent more time trying to spend less time. Oh, thank you for the 9 months drinking coffee. Thanks for everything you've done as part of the RCT community, but also as a great social interactive stream to wind down. You've made my evenings more times than I dare to admit. Well, I'm very glad to hear that. Speedrunning is like being an engineer. I'll spend 10 hours figuring out how to do a 2-hour job in 1 hour. Yeah, but as an engineer, of course, if you then do that 2-hour job 20 times, you've saved 20 hours, which is a total time savings of 10 hours. Okay, let's start up Nevermore Park. And we're back on long loading times, I see. Do I have my plugins enabled? I do. Part of it is due to the plugins. The loading times, I noticed, I think they got shorter when I removed them, but it's fine. Okay, so Nevermore Park. The goal is to build 10 coasters of all the length of 1400 meters and an excitement rating of at least 7, which is quite a lot. And that's also why this is the longest speedrunning record in the entire existence of the game at the moment. At about 9 minutes, my record. Scenery today, probably not too much. Drowned Dylan S, of course. Hang on, let me go back to guest numbers. Do we even have a Dylan S? Yes we do, I think. We definitely do. Do we have any water inside the park? Do we? Yes, we do. Wonderful. See, if you don't spend the 10 hours doing the engineering, the 2-hour job gets done, but then something breaks and you got to spend 20 hours figuring out how to fix it and prevent the problem from happening again. Yeah. Of course, it's slightly different than this, because this doesn't really have... I mean, other than me having fun and maybe getting some views, speedrunning doesn't really have another purpose. Okay, let's start with a classic. A merry-go-round. Ah. Wonderful noises. There we go. Oh yeah, I've changed some of my hotkeys, which I gotta get used to. So, I just pressed Shift plus Backspace to try to close all windows. I've changed that to Z. And the reason is that that is much faster for speedrunning. But instead of just using them when I speedrun, I thought I'll just set them to that. Force myself to get used to them. So that when I do speedruns, I'll be more used to them. And I'll just be using them from now on. So Z is closing all windows. And I've got X and C for speeding up and slowing down the game now, instead of plus and minus. Which means I can keep my hand on the left of the keyboard when speedrunning, which is faster. I was beginning to miss the organ music. Yeah, we didn't have a lot of it. I did place 1 or 2 merry-go-rounds, I believe, in Pickle Park. Was it Pickle Park? I think it was. Okay, the classic mini coaster is... As you can see, none of these sections has 1400 meters, but it's all the sections combined, which is actually quite useful. And it's quite great. I found it interesting. It just doesn't fit. Just goes off the screen. But this is a great junior coaster. It has very high stats for a junior. Pick a coaster type for me to build. Well, we have a lot available already. Dang. Why doesn't the coaster have a name? Because Chris Sawyer didn't give it a name. Apparently. What about speedrunning RCT on a mobile phone whilst speed skating? I can't speed skate. So that's going to be difficult. Hey, Pescreate, welcome back. I haven't seen you in a while. Name a ride of your choice. From now on, that coaster will be named Bob. Oh, that's a good name, isn't it? By the way, I agree that this feels very slow now. Any coaster with a big loop available, bonus point if trying to make as many tracks pass through as possible. I can build a coaster with a big loop. We do have only one of them available, the Twister coaster. What's the maximum loan size? 25k. You know what? Before we do that, I'm gonna place some stalls. Like that one. And that one. And then I'm gonna run some ads. It feels weird that I have like the time of my life now to just do whatever. I wonder how long it will take me to get used to my new hotkeys. I'll do these for 2 weeks. By the way, someone challenged me to complete all Roller Coaster Tycoon scenarios at the same time. Well, let me tell you, if it's just all RCT based scenarios, that's super easy. Like, I can beat... whoops. I can beat these all within an hour. And none of them has a deadline within an hour. At the same time, how would that work? You would just have all of them open, and they would all start at the same time. The key input goes to all the same games. I mean, then it would be impossible, of course. I think, you know, you build a random ride and whatever. Color ride of your choice. And name the park. Well, we got... you guys are making good use of the channel points that you have available again. Now we're gonna give you up. Never gonna give you up. I actually quite like the Rickroll song. It's a good song. And make bulb salmon pink. You know, if you do that too often, I'll disable it again. Actually, isn't it already in there that you can't do entirely salmon pink things? Let's see. Where is it? Color right of your choice. No, it doesn't say that. But just making things salmon pink is an old boring joke. So let's build the Twister Coaster. We didn't have our salmon pink in your speedruns. Fair enough. And on the Junior, it's not the worst, but it's not beautiful either. Okay, we don't have a lot of cash. You know what? I don't like this... these small things. Let me just go back to 2. I much prefer that. Oh, you know what? Let's just make a fill loop immediately. That was what was requested, so let's start with it. Does it make that? I've missed the ghost train. Being able to see if the ride makes it. Really missed that feature, you know? Another wide turn. Ooh, that's a nice drop there. It's been 10 days. Well, it's been 2 weeks since I did this. I've been mostly playing on version 0.2.1, which is like 4 years old. So there are quite a few features which I've gotten used to now that I didn't have for a while. Ideally, can we go down? No, we can't. We can, I think, go up again here. Okay, the ads have finished. You know what? How old is this ride? This year. Let's just make it 10 bucks. Want to make some good money with it. Do we also charge for the entry? No, we can't. Oh, right. This is in Loopy Landscapes, where you sometimes can't. The price manager. Nah, not going to do a price manager. We don't need to always use the plugin. And then we can do a turn like that. Yeah, I played a lot in those 10 days. Like, I've definitely played more Roller Coaster Tycoon in the past 10 days. Or, yeah, past 10 days than I've played in any 10 days over the past 4 years. I've played a lot. Speedrunning has constantly been on my mind. It's kind of crazy. And maybe not the most healthy thing. But I've been kind of obsessed by it. But it's also fun. We need to be one further that way. Is there a list of custom scenarios you recommend? The May and SOS scenarios are pretty good. Stu has videos about that. You know how to get them as well. Other than that, I mean, if you want a challenge, go Quantum's Edge. And, you know, that's a real challenge. I believe recently a more difficult version has been released, but, you know, Quantum's Edge is already on the tricky side, to put it lightly. Let's make this 15. There we go. Did you dream about speedrunning and finding new routes as well, or what? I don't think so yet. No, I don't think that has happened. But that might still come. Next speedrun, Quantum's Edge. Oh, that would be interesting. So Quantum's Edge is basically impossible to do quickly. Because it requires you to build rides with at least 600 meters of length and at least 6 excitement. Because you have harder gas generation and no ads. So, and you can't use pre-builds because you have barely any space and you don't have a lot of money. So, I mean, you can't speedrun. You can't speedrun anything, of course. Just try to complete it as fast as you can. But it's not going to be very fast. Okay, we don't have a lot of money. So, we gotta make some good money with this. What about the rides that color the user's name color? If they tell you the color is salmon pink. Yeah, but then people just change their name to salmon pink. Like, Slime has done that before. Not for that, but he has changed his name to Salmon Pink before. Okay, let's get some more money. With launched freefall. For the custom one. Is the twister long enough? Oh, I don't care about that. We'll figure that out later. First, I just want to build some rides. You know? Alright, and we can probably charge like 15 for this. Well, I know we can charge 15 easily. Let's just launch it at like, I don't know, 93. Yeah, that'll probably be safe. Yeah, that looks safe. Let's make it that kind of color. Nah. 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 Well, that's nice. Drink some water. I'm gonna be very hydrated like this. Patriotic slime. I suppose, yeah, orange is patriotic. Okay, we don't have cash machines here, so charging that much isn't really all that useful. Just for fun, I'm going to add the cash machine. As I usually do when I play Roller Coaster Tycoon 1 scenarios on stream. And then we can combine that with making this 20. There we go. Yeah, I knew that quote would be coming. By the way, what are we researching? Let's just go max. Just like that. And let's build a twist. What a twist, who saw that coming? It's funny because I live in Mexico and English is not my first language. And my English is England slang with American accent. English is also not my first language. And it's also a mix of American and British English. Okay, let's advertise some more. Let's go for 5 weeks. We kind of need the rain to stop. Hang on, there's an option that should be on that is not on. Which is show guest purchases. There we go. Now we can see when the guests pay 20 to buy an umbrella. There we go. We're making some good money. How about we build a nice cheap coaster? A nice cheap wild mice coaster. After having spent a month in the Netherlands, I must say that I changed my opinion about you having a strong Dutch accent when speaking English. Yeah, it's funny because I don't have a strong Dutch accent. I have a noticeable Dutch accent, but not strong. I think I have like an average Dutch accent. Whoops. So, but for some reason, all the Dutch people say I have like a super strong Dutch accent, which I don't have. I have heard incredibly strong Dutch accents, and they are more like this. You know, strong Dutch accents. When they talk like this, that's a true Dutch accent. Your accent used to be stronger. Yeah, that as well, but, you know, speaking a lot of English on stream and stuff. Love me some steenkolen Engels. It irks me so much when people call a strong accent steenkolen Engels, which translates to stone coal English. Steenkolen, an accent has nothing to do with steenkolen Engels. Because that just means bad English with a lot of Dutch words in it. That's stone coal English. Nothing to do with accent. You can speak perfect English and still have a strong accent. Oh, you weren't talking about the accent. I was at the speedrun marathon for a week in Venray, with lots of international visitors, so I must say our accent is fairly neutral now. Yeah, like, obviously, like, I do have one, but it's not that strong. It's just a bit annoying when one of my videos goes a bit bigger and I get like tons of Dutch people saying, oh my god, he has the strongest Dutch accent ever. Or even some people who said he should just do videos in Dutch because he can't speak English. I'm like, my scripts are like in pretty much perfect English. So I don't know what you're talking about. Like, it's not always absolutely perfect English, but it's close enough. I'd like to see people try and make videos like you do. Yeah, you know, they might just be jealous and whatever. It doesn't really get to me. I find it mostly just interesting. Used to get to me a bit more. Let's disable the minimum waiting time. Now, will it get excessive laterals at the end? From the speed here? I don't think it will. No, it won't. Good. And we can charge probably like 15 for this. There we go. The next one to come into the park. Oh, that's a lot of people. That's Mr. Brown. Bye-bye, Mr. Brown. You are drowning. No, thank you for the sub, Hoopa. There must be more wood in the supports than the coaster itself in that wild mouse. Yeah, there's a lot of wood in these supports. Okay, I think it's time for some benches and bins. Especially benches. Bins you can alleviate with some handyman. But benches helps your guests not leave the park. Happy to support, been watching you since 2019. Ah, a long time viewer. Though, to be honest, most people here are long-time viewers. Is there an... Who here has started watching me in 2022? Let's see how many of you are newbies. Me. Well, welcome to the club. 2021 for me, thanks to the no clip dog. Dog? Oh, so you're pretty new as well. I didn't even realize, Slime. You feel like such an established part. Although I did only start streaming at the end of 2020 though, so, you know. 2022, what you're reporting in. I think early 2022 or late 2021. Oh, that's quite a few of you. Well, always happy to see new people. Found your YouTube channel like a month ago. So what was your first video then? I wonder if anyone knows. Do you guys know the video that made you like, yeah, I want to see more, I'll press subscribe? Which video made you subscribe to my channel? Because I think that's an interesting question. My first was the calculator. Okay, so that was the first video. I mean, technically not the first video on my channel, but the video that made me start a YouTube channel. First video of yours I saw was the guide to the park value. How did you find it? Did you look it up? Did you look for the park value explained or something like that? Or did you see it in the sidebar and was like, yeah, that is quite interesting actually. I feel like I saw one of your videos at one point, forgot about it, then watched later again and subbed. Yeah, that happens to me as well. You know, when I watch other creators. My first was the video where you talked about how synchronizing coasters worked. I was searching for how that works. Ah, that makes sense. You think the path tunnels are illuminated or the guests are forced to stumble in the dark trying to find the end of the tunnel? Definitely in the dark. Okay, so the park value video was in the sidebar for you. And then you thought it and you saw it and thought, huh, that's actually quite interesting. That's cool that people find my videos that way. Impossible Maze video on YouTube. I asked that one did very well. So it's no surprise that quite a few probably found me through that video. And let's build some more here. It's a bit annoying that you start with this much path in Nevermore Park. But, you know, just gotta deal with it. You became a meme on my high school at first. What kind of meme? Like, was it positive? Was it negative? Was it like, look at this nerd? Or was it like, look at the cool things he does? Or... Oh, thank you for the gifted sub, Hoopa. Where to build this? You know what, let's just build it here. Have you played Rimworld? No, I haven't. Okay, now we can go. Okay, we can't go further. Then we'll go down then. Hang on, what was the... Who posted about the meme? The chat is moving quite fast, so I can't really keep up. While also building right at the same time. ...2021 seems like a good year for you. For people when they started watching me. Yeah, I suppose it is. Which is funny, because in well, I did have a period where I got two periods where I got a lot of views in 2021, so... It makes sense. A nice double up. I just read your description. What kind of guitar do you have? I have a red special. They were like, look at this Dutch guy with this English accent, I mean Dutch accent, playing a childish game. So I said they're like, well, it's pretty cool, right? It's funny, I had a viral video and they were like, look at this childish game. It's especially funny, I have made some people shut up by just telling them, well, I make a living with this. It's also funny, playing a childish game. So, do they also, you know, make memes out of actors who play in shows for kids? Because they also do childish stuff. Obviously my stuff isn't for kids, it's more technical analysis. Oh, that's also quite funny. Childish games, and then I come out with videos like where I analyze how much you need to charge for your toilets and come out with loads of math and experiments and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, that's great for 6-year-olds who can totally understand that. Ooh, we have barely any monies left. So we need to make a lot. Let's charge 15. That'll be enough. Actually, all your year-long coasters were the first videos I saw. I also believe I found your channel through Vark's Skeletor Joel. I thought it was... hang on, is that the same guy as Vinesol's Joel? Or is that the two Roller Coaster Tycoon people called Joel? Pretty much, Bassie and Adriaan were a meme as well. You were in the same category, so you could actually see it as a compliment. Maybe. Although Bassie and Adriaan was an actual children's show. I checked, and in the last 28 days, about 1.7% of my audience was under 18. You know, you have maybe some fake accounts that, so maybe slightly more, people just putting in an older age, but it won't be that much more. And I'm willing to bet that currently no more than one person watching this stream is under 13. How much would you spend on a very good coaster? Oh yeah, I definitely wouldn't spend 15 or 20 bucks on a very good coaster. You are 16. Yeah, there will be a few more people that are under 18, but under 13, probably very few. Let's put in another launched freefall. You're 12. Well, then I hope you're the only one. Well, not necessarily, but if you're not the only one, I was wrong. Let's see, we need to put this down to, let's say, 10. And we can put this one up to 10 as well. Right now I'm just mostly building a park just to make money. 12 is below the Twitch terms of service. Yeah, but I don't care. Like, I think my content is perfectly appropriate for 12-year-olds. Sure, I may make a, you know, some slightly edgy jokes every now and then. But 12-year-olds can handle that. I mean, at school they're most likely hearing and saying much worse. And I don't swear a lot, so then again, 12-year-olds probably do swear quite a bit at school. Your average 12-year-old. I know I did. 9 months older than Marcel, technically. Then you should already be 26, not 25. So you're not my age at the moment. Okay, let's open this one up as well. How old are you? Well, I'm 25. And when did you start playing the game? I was 4 or something when I started playing Roller Coaster Tycoon 1. Then I don't know exactly. 3, 4, 5, probably 4. And then, you know, 2 years later or something, I got Roller Coaster Tycoon 2. You're slightly younger than me, probably, considering you're 97. Okay, now, this is a big stretch, NT97.nl, but what does the NT stand for? Does it stand for Natuur en Techniek? Most likely not. Like, that would be a bit of an odd thing to put in your username, but it might just do. Would be quite crazy if it actually does. How much are you making a month? Ah, 6k already, not bad. Are the ads still running? No, they're not. So I see that one of the more difficult aspects of Nevermore Park now is just making money. Because everything is so spread out, so unless you border off the park, half of the park, which I did in the speedrun, then it will just... you will just not make much money, because the guests are so spread out. The NT is coming from my name. Yeah, that was much more likely than coming from whatever you studied at school. Or, well, not really what you studied, but what kind of classes you picked in the second half of high school. Let's build a Ferris wheel. There is a poll going on. Well, let's see. Age again. I'm 23, 28. By far the most common category on my channel is 25 to 34s. It's like 48% or something in the last 28 days. It's crazy. My mom is in a very rare category. First off, she's female. And in the last 28 days, I believe 7.1% were female. The reason I know this, by the way, is I was at some friends yesterday and we looked at my analytics. So that's already rare. And then she's also between 55 and 64, which is only 0.8% of my audience. So 0.8% times 7.1% is about 0.06%. So that's not a lot. So that would mean that roughly 1 in every 1,200 viewers of mine are women between the age of 55 and 64. I'm 38, I think I was 15 when this game came out, and I find it relaxing and therapeutic. Yeah, that makes sense. It came out 23 years ago. You are part of the 7.1% carry. Yes, you are. And I think... I don't know everyone's gender, of course, but I think you are the most active female viewer in my audience. Also, you know, in the community, in the larger community as well. Let's build a small launched corkscrew coaster. We don't have money for the big coasters quite yet. But at some point the money will start rolling in. It's all exponential. A few more station pieces. And then we'll go that way. You may very well be. It's not that difficult considering you are one of the most active people. So there are only a few people that are more active than you at the moment in the community. Drowned guest 1069. Of course. It's always the funny number, isn't it? It always is. Oh, they're not in the park anymore. I can't drown 1069 for you. Unfortunately. Guests already drowned themselves. They were like, I'm gonna die anyway, might as well get it over with. Then 170. Alright. Well, perfect drowning pond here. Let's see, the station is at 4.5 meters. And this is not aligned. So now it is. Let's put in a photo section. What is your gender? Well, most people will be male. Sorry if my poll offends anyone, I don't know what options to include. You did fine, Max. Like, even just female, and other would have been fine. In these kind of light-hearted polls, there's not necessarily a need just to specify further. You know, let's put it on the other side. And let it launch fast. I think this is going to be too fast. I think this is going to be... Yeah, it's excessive, lads. I definitely did not miss that lag spike. Non-binary and other are umbrella terms. Yeah. You know, we aren't extreme like that here. We aren't gonna witch hunt you for not including all possible genders that someone might identify as in such a light-hearted poll. Thank you for the 100 bits, Voodoo. Ooh, ask a geography question. Interesting. I'm on a break at a work conference, looking forward to the vault. Well, you know, it'll be online in 2 days. Okay, we can probably charge... No, let's charge 10. Let's make it to some music. Ah, I got some good stats. What is the least diverse country or region in the world? Probably North Korea. Considering how little exchange they have with the outside world. Okay, currently we have 31 males, 2 females, 1 non-binary. And that's it. Which is about an accurate percentage, I think. I love the 20-minute speedrun video. You were one of the few. It did absolutely god-awful. It's like definitely my worst performing Roller Coaster Tycoon video in years, maybe? The other one, the Roller Coaster Tycoon base game, did fine. It started off a bit slow, but it picked up after like a day or so. But this one's doing just terrible. I love you, but I'm not going to watch a 20-minute speedrun that isn't live. I suppose that makes sense, but you are one of the... You may have watched it live, I don't know. But most people won't have. I only get a few hundred viewers live. Yeah, like, Carrie, you were here, but most people won't be. Most people will not have been here for the speedrun. So that can't explain it. And then... Let's go down. Okay, I don't have a lot of money for this coaster. But I can do a little bit of fun things. Perhaps because it was a more niche part of RST2. Yeah, maybe. You know, it's fine. I just do a little bit of experiments with speedruns. I have a lot of speedruns on the other channel. Like, I made that other channel like a week ago. And it already has about 30 videos. It's crazy how much I upload there. Like, most of them don't get a lot of views. Maybe a few hundred at the moment, which is fine. I'm not uploading them for views there. It's just something, you know, I have to put them somewhere anyway, and I don't want to spam the main channel with them. Suddenly five videos in a day. Color or write of your choice. I'll go ahead. By the way, what do I write with the question about the least diverse place? Because I don't think they've clarified that yet. Yeah, following the algorithm can be dangerous. Only if it's on a channel you care about. I don't care about the new channel. I just want to have a place where I can dump the speedruns. So, there's absolutely fine. Let's continue one more. Color to right, you're building eye-hurting cyan. What is... I suppose this is the most cyansed color. That's not really eye-hurting, that's just dark water. But that's the most cyan we have in the game. Oh shit, that's still... Need to go... one more that way. Sorry. I always try to mute on time, but sneezes come up really fast. Sometimes I do manage though. Maybe a certain palette specific. I'm not gonna change palettes. Doing some water. Alright. There is a particularly bright hue, but I'd argue that that's not really cyan. There's an icy blue, which I actually quite like. This is not cyan, this is just icy blue. And finish. Alright. Let's test it. I would like have my sound cut out, but I accidentally did that. My language has different words for light and dark blue, and cyan was the closest thing. Are you... Okay, I know Russian has that, but there are probably more languages that have that. But are you perhaps from... Do you speak some kind of Russian-derived language? Oh, it is Russian. Cool. So sort of like Gru. Yeah, in Vietnamese they have Gru, where it's... They have leaf Gru, which is green, and ocean Gru, which is blue. How much money are we... Ooh, 14k in a month. We're doing good on a money front. If only I was making 14k in a month. I'm pretty sure it's a generic Slav thing, but I might be wrong. Could very well be. I don't know. So we have a lot of different coaster types now. Let's build a coaster more here. Do we have ads running? No, we don't. Let's run the ads. There we go. Slovenia here, one word for blue. Slovenia, is that a Slavic language? I thought it wasn't. But, I don't know. That's what the mini says. Oh, it is. Interesting. Okay. And time to go up, up. I said up. Talking about ads confuses me every time I first think of Twitch ads. Oh yeah, I can do that. I have never, so far on Twitch, played an ad in the middle of a stream. There's a big button that lets me do that. Play an ad of 1 minute. But I have never watched... I've never seen that happen on the stream either. Now, I don't watch that much Twitch. But I do watch Twitch every now and then. And I've never seen a streamer do that. No, I just want to go straight. Push it right now. Then the people with subs won't get it. I actually do wonder. I've seen it rarely when the streamer took a break. Ah, that yeah, I mean, if I'm not there anyway, then I'm not gonna push it. Is that ad for revenue then, or only the ones that are not subbed? For everyone, or, I think it's not gonna be for the ones that subbed. But I'm not sure. A Mobius coaster. This is the Junior is not a Mobius coaster. It just has 4 stations. Okay, technically that's a Mobius coaster. So, sort of a Mobius coaster is a coaster that both has more than 1 station and is dueling. But topologically, a Mobius coaster and this massive Junior coaster are identical. So it just depends on your definitions, I suppose. Let's keep the queue line fairly short, because this doesn't have the greatest throughput. Eight kilometers per hour. Does this even make it? Well, we'll see, I suppose. Yeah, there's only one uphill thing. That's this little thing, so definitely should make it. I quite like this very long turn that I have here. It goes there. I suppose this is quite this coaster is quite in the spirit of a mini suspended coaster. Oh, the ads have finished again. Or only this one. Okay, let's wait. So that we can synchronize them. Guests are complaining about the length of your queue. I don't care. I really don't care. What's the longest queue length anyway? I suppose it's for Bob? No, but that's total. 14 minutes for Bob still. Does it have a terribly low throughput? Let's not do minimum waiting time. How many trains does it have? 9 trains. Pick a coaster type for me to build. Alright, well, there are a lot of options. Oh, by the way, let me charge some more for this. Let's go 8. Do the guys still pay everything we charge? I think they're not paying for this anymore, no. Let's go down to 10. We need a stand-up coaster. Fair point. Let's build one right here. I do like the stand-up coaster. Even though it has terrible stats, it's maybe not one of my favorite, but it's definitely up there. I definitely like it a lot more than the corkscrew. Even though the corkscrew is essentially the same and just better. And I don't know why I like it so much. Maybe it's a challenge of the bad stats. Maybe it's that I actually like the track design. Whereas for the corkscrew I don't really like the track design. Okay, let's now run the ads again. So they're all synchronized. And since we run them at the start of a week, we get an extra free week. Do you like ice cream? Honestly, who doesn't like ice cream? Is there, you know, well, maybe, you know, lactose intolerant people won't like ice milk-based ice cream or whatever. But are there any people who don't like like any ice cream? Okay, but there's a difference, of course, between not liking it and actively disliking it. For example, I'm not a big fan of cooked potatoes. Like, if they're in a stew or whatever, it's fine. But just cooked potatoes on their own with gravy, you know, which we might have sometimes, I'm not a big fan of. But I don't dislike it either. If just, you know, I'll eat it. It's a fine dinner, but I don't particularly like it. But that's very different from me and, like, a lot of kind of fish, which I actively don't like. Or carrots, which I also don't like. So, I wonder if there are a lot of people who are just actively like, I would actively dislike to eat ice cream. I have Crohn's and it irritates my intestines. Okay, but that doesn't count. It's about the taste. Like, obviously, if it kills you, then it's not nice. Fire all the staff. Well, there goes the park rating. And drown guest 1420. Of course. Where is that? 1420. There's our little drowning pond. You're allergic to carrots. Huh, that's interesting. I just don't like them. Like, for me, carrots are fine if they're through anything or whatever. Just, you know, that's fine. But if just, you know, just cooked carrots or raw carrots just on their own, just, no, I don't like them. You know, if they're on a, I'll still eat them. They're, you know, not disgusting, but I don't like them. And I will never make them myself. But for example, when I purchase a vegetables packet for whenever I make like spaghetti or whatever, and I'm too lazy to cut up vegetables myself, which is pretty much always, then that will probably have carrot in it. But that's fine. Carrot juice. I've never had carrot juice. Tomatoes. I also don't like tomatoes. Once again, when they're like on a sandwich, they're fine. When they're like through something, like dinner or whatever, it's fine. Or in a salad. But just tomatoes on their own, I don't like. And I don't really know why. Tomato ketchup is delicious, of course, but that's mostly due to the sugar, not the tomatoes. Do you dislike any of these? Fries, cake, sweets, ice cream, chips or crisps? No. I don't eat very many sweets lately. Although, not very much cake either, you know, mostly on parties and whatever, you know, birthdays, stuff like that. But no, I don't dislike any of them. But if I buy snacks for myself, I rarely buy sweets. I almost always buy either chips or some kind of cookies. But very rarely sweets. Let's do 10. Let's just make this 3 as well. For all of them. I just chain smoked cigarettes. Well, that's not very healthy. I don't necessarily blame you. And, you know, I won't do preachy because you already know the ins and outs. But to anyone who isn't a chain smoker, please don't start. You're better off never smoking a cigarette in your life. Like I have done, actually. I've never smoked a cigarette. Or done any kind of drugs. You know, it's funny. You have like those programs at school and whatever, like, you know, if they offer you people might offer you drugs and say no. I have been offered a cigarette or drugs in my life exactly once, which was when we were heading home after after a school trip. It was like 11 p.m. or something, and a few of my friends had cigarettes and they were smoking. They weren't really smokers. They never really picked it up, but you know, they were mostly trying it out. We were like 15, 16 at the time. And they offered me one. And I said no. And they said okay. And that was it. Like, there's never been anyone who's been trying to pressure me into doing drugs or anything. Alcohol, on the other hand, like once or twice, a little bit. I never gave in. But that has happened. But then they also pretty quickly stopped. Had it been 5 minutes since I fired all my staff? No, it hasn't been yet. My father is a chain smoker and he set a good example on why I shouldn't smoke with all the coughing and stuff he does. Maybe my father did the same. He did quit at some point when I was maybe 5 or 6. But he did used to smoke a lot. I've cut back from 2.5 packs a day to 1 pack. Well, that's already a massive improvement and achievement. So, well done. That cannot have been easy. Yeah, 2.5 packs a day is a lot as well. 1 pack is a lot, so 2.5 packs is crazy. Ah, some more good music. My grandmother at some point used to smoke like 2 packs a day, but she also had quite heavy dementia. And at some point she just stopped smoking because of her dementia, but at first it increased. Well, Park is coming along fairly nicely. We don't have any coasters that's long enough yet, well, apart from the junior you start with. So I suppose it's time to start working on that. How's the stand-up doing, by the way? 9.6 for intensity for just this coaster. That's madness. Oh, it goes incredibly slowly through the inversions. I didn't notice. Probably would make a huge difference between using pure tobacco or the pre-made stuff. Yeah, but, you know, I think it's probably advisable to not do either. If you can avoid it. Okay, let's start with a long looping coaster. Where don't we really have a coaster yet? How about we build a station here? What resolution are you set on for this game? So I am on windowed mode, which will just give me the resolution on my screen, which is 414p, 1440p. But I'm at a scaling factor of 2, so it essentially means that I have a resolution of 720p. But I stream at a resolution of 1080p. So it's a lot of different resolutions all working alongside each other. Thank you for the follow, Sushimitsu. The reason I stream at 1080p and not 1440p is because the 1440p isn't used all that much anyway, and for you guys it uses more data. That's also the reason I stream at 30 FPS, not 60 FPS. Because if I stream at 60 FPS, which I did for the first few streams, then you guys need more data, and that might give you a worse quality. So for YouTube videos, I do 60 FPS, 1440p, I do, you know, the best I can. But I don't do that for live streams. I wonder how many people watch my videos in 1440p. Because when I switched to 1440p a few months ago when I got these screens, I haven't actually got a single comment about it since. I didn't announce it or anything. But I wonder if people actually noticed. I want to thank you for all your YouTube videos. They inspired my brother and me to start playing RST2 online and we're having a lot of fun. Oh, that's nice. Playing online is a lot of fun. Let's have the auto tester, the ghost train on. It's going at 9 kilometers an hour. Rain, which will mean we're gonna make some good money on the umbrellas. I have a 4K monitor, so I watch everything in the highest resolution possible. So you watch my videos in a glorious 1440p. Yeah, when I do some sweeping shots of parks in my videos, I often am at this resolution. Where this is 1440p fully, you know, at normal zoom. A scaling factor of 1. And obviously this is terrible for actually playing. Everything is tiny. I mean, just look at this build window. But for sweeping shots of parks, it can be actually very nice. So that's where I use that for. Now, of course, I could go even to a scaling factor of 1/2. But that's very tiny. Which means I can play like this. Which gives a lot of lag, actually. But, yeah, I can definitely play. Like, I can build. It's incredibly laggy. But it kind of works. Yeah, let's zoom in again. There we go, we're back at 2. Micro Park hits different. Imagine if we do that in Micro Park. Hang on. Nevermore Park stream 2022. So, this is Micro Park. And this is it at the lowest resolution level. Even all the way zoomed in, it just... So scaling factor. Even all the way zoomed in, it's still black all around. And this is all the way zoomed out. Holy crap. This is tiny. I should... my cursor is bigger than Micro Park. Maybe I should do a video where I beat Micro Park. I'm building like this. Problem is that it lags a lot. Like, this is actually crazy. Hang on, let's try something. If I go to a scaling to software, will it lag less? It is difficult to click on. Let's try. No, there's still a lot of lag. So this is just unplayable. Alright. Let's go back to OpenGL. And go back to the park we were playing. Nevermore Park. Can Marcel beat Micro Park while his view is microscopic? You know what? I might actually have done that if it wasn't so terribly laggy. But unfortunately, unless that gets fixed, which probably won't, because that's not a priority. I don't know why it's so laggy, actually. Maybe because of all the extra space it has to render around it. You can make your window smaller so it won't have to render as much of the background. Fair enough, but I think there's still a lot of lag. And then it will look all kinds of ugly and whatnot. So I'm not sure how well that would work. Okay, let's put a photo section here. And some more vertical loops. Like that. Has anyone got any funny video ideas that they want to have a poll run about? Or funny ideas? I don't really. Number 19 if they're still around. Most likely not. Well, actually they are. Cool. Let's watch them. Oh, I can't drown them in this. It's literally too small of a pond. They were actually leaving the park, but they won't be... Well, they will be leaving the park, but not in the manner they expected. I can't... You know I can't beat the scenario blindfolded. You can't... Like, unless you practice insane amounts every day. Like, a point and click game isn't doable blindfolded. That's just not how it works. I've done this a few streams ago as well, but... okay, I'm gonna keep my mouse here, and then I'm gonna... try to... close the park. So... I think now I'm on the button for opening the park window. Well, something opened. I can hear that. Thing is, I think I had the window on the top right and on the top left. So I think it's on the bottom right. So... Well, that didn't do anything. Okay, I know that I was right that the window was on the bottom right, but I would not have been in the right position. Because the right position... Oh, and this would also have been at the bottom left. So, I was quite close, but yeah. You can see why doing any of that blindfolded is entirely impossible. You know, you can do Super Mario Bros. Blindfolded, because you only have buttons that you can press at certain times. Hey Marcel, loving the speedruns. Well, thank you. So cool how you can find new interesting ways to play video games that's well over 20 years old. Yeah, it's crazy. Thank you for the sub, by the way. For the 4 months. It's crazy how much the speedrunning scene has improved over the last 2 weeks. Or 10 days since I've been doing my runs. Amity Airfield was at a record of 5:25. And the current world record, set yesterday, is 1:59. Yeah, someone actually got Empty Airfield below 2 minutes. Which is properly nuts. It's basically a very similar strategy to the one I used for my 257. Slightly different, but mostly just more optimized in terms of click speed. Because I'm not a very fast player. I'm not very good at clicking fast and accurately. But the user who did that, Hey There I'm Dad, he was in this stream as well at the start. He is much better at it than I am. So you can basically just take my new strategies and optimize them. By the way, we have almost brought down, if you combine all the world records for the individual Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 base game levels, we have almost brought the combined levels down, world records, to under 30 minutes. So my record was 54 minutes, but I am positive that if I did this again and got a solid run, I would already be able to do sub 45. And maybe even faster. Aspiring RCT speedrunner. That's neat. Where are the speedrun times again to look up? Speedrun.com. At this link. If you look at the Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 individual levels, you notice that I have a lot of records there. I don't have a lot of Roller Coaster Tycoon 1 records. In fact, I have only one Roller Coaster Tycoon 1 record. Which is the very last one. My Cropperk. How come you went all out with the speedruns? I just love doing it. That's all. Is this one 1400 meters long, by the way? I think it's gonna be, but I'm not sure. We are making some good money. Are all the rides making profit? Yes, they are. Good. Okay, is it 1400 meters long? No, it isn't. Damn. 1400 meters really is very long. Well, let's make it some longer then. Did you do them in the past? I've done a few speedruns a few years ago. For example, my Micro Park record is from 3 years ago. So yeah, I've done a little bit before, but not a lot. But I had the idea to beat all scenarios in one sitting for a while. And then with the 100k sub special, I found the perfect opportunity and excuse to do it. So I did it. And it was very nice, and I loved the speedrunning. Okay, now it's long enough. Let's run all the ads for 12 weeks. Now, I can't be bothered refreshing them as often. There we go. Which superpower would you like to have? Mind reading, invisibility, teleportation, flying. I already have one. Definitely either teleportation or flying. I think flying. I think I would go for flying because that's safer than teleportation. Because teleportation, if I decide to teleport, for example, to the couch at my parents' place, what happens if one of them is sitting there? Do I teleport inside of them? You know, if I go to your mom's place, do I teleport inside your mom? Not the first time I would have been there, but you know. Wouldn't really like to go there again. Okay, let's do a haunted house. So I think teleporting is dangerous. Or what if I teleport like to a bridge, but the bridge is gone? Something like that. Or if I teleport to a place and someone's parked a car there. So I just don't think that's safe. And flying is much safer. Still have to be careful, of course. Let's build a corkscrew coaster as the next one. What if you teleport into yourself? I don't really think you could. Because you first go away and then you teleport to the place. I just think of it like teleporting as in the way that Tom Scott made that one video. Yeah, but that would also be dangerous because he talked about other stuff and it was an interesting video. But he didn't talk about what happens if the place you teleport to isn't air. You know, if we ignore the physics of teleporting and vacuum bubbles and whatever, you know, if that's all fine, there's still the problem of just... You might just teleport inside something. And that might be a tad dangerous. Mind reading, I wouldn't like. I don't have the desire to mind read. Because, you know, once you start using mind reading for, you know, influencing people, I don't want to influence people. That sounds like a terrible life. And they are all like, huh, do they actually like me? I think mind reading would be absolutely terrible for your mental health. Invisibility is fun, but let's be honest, what do I need invisibility for? Like, if I sit at my house making videos and whatnot, invisibility does literally nothing. If I go to the store to buy something, invisibility isn't helpful. If I hang out with friends, invisibility doesn't do anything. It's just not useful unless you're going robbing banks or whatever. Invisibility would make a great gimmick with regards to face cam. Oh yeah, but you know, any of these superpowers, of course, would make you a great gimmick in, you know, circus shows or YouTube videos or whatever. But in terms of actual benefit in real life, invisibility just wouldn't do a lot. Of course, if the FBI or whatever country you're in, the military finds out that you can become invisible, they'll want you and want to use your powers or do experiments on you or whatever. But that goes for all the powers. Using invisibility for your own gain almost always involves unethical decisions. Yeah, because what would I do with invisibility? Would I steal stuff? I don't want to steal stuff, because you can still be caught. And you can still need to be on the run. Like, if they've identified you as the thief, which it's all, you know, you still have to be constantly careful that you're invisible at the right time and whatnot. So that still does a terrible job on your mental health. Does it even make that hill? I don't think it does. No, it doesn't. Alright, let's get rid of this section. So yeah, it's just not useful. And of course there are, you know, things of spying on people, stuff like that. That's of course, you know, slightly unethical. Or very unethical. But I don't really have a desire to do that either. Also, I imagine that would become boring quite quickly. How about the power of freezing time but still be able to move yourself? I mean, my problem with that is that it just... I'm willing to ignore all the physics problem with teleporting, but freezing time and be able to move is... Like, am I also able to lift stuff? Because if I can actually move myself and freeze time and stuff, then you would just have more time in a day. Like, I could just freeze time, take a few days, including myself sleeping, to make a YouTube video, then unfreeze time and still have it be Monday morning and be done with the video of the week already. But then you have just infinite time to do whatever you want, but only alone. You could just never sleep by just freeze time when you go to sleep and unfreezing it when you wake up. But the problem with freezing time is like, can I eat? Does food go bad when the time is frozen? There are a lot of questions with that. You would still age during frozen time. Oh, that's true. Yeah, does your computer work? Like, do I even have power if I freeze time? Well, because logically I wouldn't, but then it would be quite useless. The thing about frozen time is everything is frozen. and by magic only the air you are breathing still works. Yeah. So that kind of doesn't work. The whole freezing time thing, you know, it works for a quick gag. You know, when you're freezing time, you're putting people in a funny position, you know, in cartoons and whatever. That works, because you don't have to think about it. But if you actually think about actually doing it, then there are all in real life, then there are all those kinds of questions which just don't really work. So that superpower is just not something that you can ask, like, do you really want it? It just doesn't work, even with suspension of disbelief. Because with teleporting, you can just suspend disbelief that whatever space you teleport into will be deleted from the world. And whatever space you teleport away from will be immediately filled with air. That's fine. Like, that suspension of disbelief, that works for me. But it doesn't so much work with freezing time. Stopping time would mean things would stop emitting photons so you can't see. Yeah, that as well. Now, fire all the staff again. Well, let's see how much ruin that puts in my park. We have more than 2k guests now. It's going well. And a turn there. Is this one already long enough? I wouldn't know. Look at the wizard that offered you these powers. Look, the wizard that offered you these powers said it would all be fine. Yeah, they can all say it would all be fine, but the problem is, like, for teleporting or mind reading, we can figure out how it would work. We can think of a way that it would work, even if it completely and utterly defies physics, right? We can't for stopping time. Have we had a time travel power discussion yet? Time travel, I'm completely fine with. Like, that's easy to think of, because you'll just go be in the exact same place, relative to your position on the surface of the Earth, but just X amount of time earlier or later. That's easy to think about. So that's fine. Unless you start changing the past. Yeah, no, then it's less fine. Then you get paradoxes. Yeah, time travel to the future is fine, because that's basically teleporting, then waiting 20 years and then appearing again. So there's just 20 years between you teleporting away and appearing again. So that's indeed entirely fine. Okay, that's not where the exit path or the entry path should be stopping. Let's put this to the proper test. And that's a much better position for the exit or the entry line to be connecting. Let's charge 10 bucks for this. Let's go to the other one. I probably can't charge 10 anymore. Let's go down to 8. And that's the Corsair coaster. Is it long enough though? Oops. That's the question. Yeah, they're complaining about the amount of litter. I don't care. Feeling cardinal directions would be a cool power. Yeah, but not all that useful. In the modern day and age. Like, always knowing where north is quite neat. But how useful is it really? You have Google Maps. Like, how often do you even need to know where north is? Where's north when you're standing on a magnetic north pole? Inside you. If you can find the sun in the morning, you can find east, so it's not that useful. Not even just in the morning. If you find it in the afternoon and you're in the northern hemisphere, it's south. Okay, this is long enough. And it hasn't high enough excitement rating. Does this one too? It actually doesn't. Wow. Well, what happens if we add a row of statues? Does it go? It doesn't. Okay, you know what? I can't be bothered with properly doing this. So. There we go. Just one tile of path should do the trick. Like not needing a calculator, you'd also know the time of day. Yeah, not needing a calculator, just being infinitely good at math would be neat. Drowned guest 69. They've already been drowned. You can't drown guest 69. Or did we get a new one? Yeah, we got a new one. Because it's a Roller Coaster Tycoon 1 scenario, actually. Isn't it already time to rehire staff? It is. But most people don't mention it and hope that I keep forgetting. Well, it's gonna take a while for guest 69 to be able to be drowned because they're on a coaster. How did we get a new one? Okay, so we started with a guest 69 in the park, but for some reason in the Roller Coaster Tycoon 1 scenarios, the guests that are in the park are ignored for the guest count, and the guest count starts again at 0. But in the Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 and custom scenarios that doesn't happen, and the guest count starts at whatever the highest number guest already in the park is. Which I think is a very interesting difference. Would that guest then be named Dylan S again as well? Yes. Because the names are based directly on the guest number. Yeah, 69 is almost always the first drowning of any live stream. Okay, that one's got enough excitement now. I think it's time to fix some, some vandalisms. Because I see one. Oh, we are becoming rich. We have 43k in the bank. This is quite good. Any more broken benches? Yes. And I think that was all. Oh, no, one behind there. Quite hidden. But not hidden enough for me. Let's hire some more handymen. How much are you making a month? Ooh, more than 20k. Sweet. Who made that poll? Always have exact change. Riding coasters in mind. Knowing pi last digit. It doesn't have one. Like, that's not how pi works. What's the goal of this scenario? Make 10 coasters longer than 1400 meters with an excitement rating of at least 7, and they all have to be different types or they won't count. Let's go with the vertical drop. Right here. And we're gonna go very high up. And then we're gonna go down these. All the way down. Just like that. Now we're gonna go up again. Make that work. This is a very expensive ride, but it's worth it. Oh, I haven't drowned guest 69 again. Let's do that. There we go. Drowning, drowning. Very nice. And we go down again. Will that fit? Bob is in the way. Bob. Alright, I'll just do a turn. Then we can do a big vertical loop. Oh, but first we need more ads. We always need more ads. And that's the last one. Oh, whoops, that's not gonna fit. That is gonna fit. Oh, I don't have a single quote with the word ads. Interesting. Okay, the Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I never said Philadelphia. I know of that TV show, but I would never reference it because I don't know anything about it. But it's in brackets, so obviously that was not said by me. No, that doesn't work. That all doesn't work. Some libel in there. Yeah, I might just sue you if you don't watch out. Okay, do the trains make this? I'm slowly getting a little bit used to the new hotkeys I set. Nice. Very nice. I like that. And a vertical loop there. And a vertical loop there. And then a helix, because why not? Name a ride. Well, what dost thou want to name it? This is a very weird coaster. It's grotesque, I would say. Call the dive coaster Wendy. Sir, this is a Wendy's. It's like the oops. It's like the female Bob the Builder, right? 'Cause I saw someone asking for it, and presumably now that was you. Wendy the Constructor. This all doesn't fit. Do they? Hybrid coaster. I don't have it available. Make Wendy pink with green, of course. And you know what? I'll make this green and then this pink. Now let's do it the other way around. I'll go darker green. Make this pink. Okay, that's a bit better. And we can do some lighter colors on the trains. Yeah, that's good. Okay, let's continue building this coaster. Wooden coaster. I can do that, I think. Yeah, I can do that. After this one, of course. Oh, hang on. This will be useful to see if it's long enough. We have a plugin for this. Live ride measurements. Now, it's quite laggy, but it does work really well. And it's quite laggy because just of what it does. So, Wendy. Okay, yeah, we need to start. We need to restart. And then you can see the numbers go up. Oh, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Yules. I very much appreciate that. So this is very interesting. It is... You can see the current speed, the maximum speed it has reached, the average speed, the ride time, ride length, the maximum G's, and the total air time. Isn't that fantastic? So at the top of the lift hill we're at about 120, 130 meters. Then we'll go down and then it's of course really going to go up. Very quickly. It's like a 100-meter drop. Top speed of 152 kilometers an hour. I think that's an absolutely lovely plugin. Okay, so the ride is not quite long enough. We're at about a kilometer. This is only a kilometer long? Huh. It goes from 79.5 to -9, so it's almost 90-meter drop. Ooh, we can do this. Lots of trick tracks. Isn't that neat? Now, a good helix, 540 degrees, that gives some nice extra length. And I like them long. Okay, and then we'll go... No, apparently we won't go down. We'll make a turn then. Add quota. I'm pretty sure there's already a quote of me saying something like I like them long. It's not exactly, when you're talking about length of quote, it's not exactly a difficult joke to make. It's literally quote number 3. Wow. What are quote number 1 and 2? Isn't it number 2 like I'm stupid or something like that? Oh, I go very quick and rough is number 1. Ah, yes, number 2 is the I'm stupid one. Oh, whoops, land not owned by park. Alright, then we'll just go like that. And let's go down to the correct height. Add a little hill. Because why not? Slime is the absolute epitome of a perfect human being. Well, he is, you know. Let's put that there. I love that it hurts you. That sounds... you know, that could be quite a useful saying in a BDSM community. You have to breathe to live. I don't. I've never breathed it in my life. And let's go down. So what are the stats on this baby? Well, we haven't properly tested it yet. I started to get into breeding. That was definitely in the context of me playing Pokemon. You know what? This one might just be too intense. It's quite an intense coaster. Although it does only have 3 inversions, so maybe not. Well, let's fast forward a little bit and find out. I think it's gonna be long enough. Okay, it is long enough. Oh, it is definitely too intense. But it still reaches 7 excitement, so it's good enough. Okay, yeah, the minus 3.47 Gs might have something to do with it. But I don't care, it's good enough. We can charge 20 for this. I would never cheat. Never, ever. I've also never cheated in Roller Coaster Tycoon. Okay, that one's finished. And some guests are actually going on it. Which is good news. And they'll be paying a lot. And it's time for us to build our big, monstrous Woody. Well, killing people is fun. In video games. In real life, it's not as much fun, because I don't like the cleanup. But, you know, it has to be done. And then, nope, that's too low. Definitely too low. Water splash and cam, please. Oh, you mean on the wooden coaster? It was like, were you making some kind of joke that you turn on the face cam and then get wet or whatever? You killed someone as well. Yeah, you know, it was in a fit of rage and... well, you know, it happens. I didn't mean to. Well, I kind of did, but... You know. Sometimes you just get the urge to murder a bit. And... we can't help it. So... You know, then I killed someone. That's not a big deal. You know, they'll come back to life. Hang on, didn't I... Where's my unbanking turn? Oh, there it is. Did the guy owe you money? No, not really. I just felt like it. You know, drowned them. I picked them up, and then I drowned them. You know this is being recorded. It's not only going to be recorded, I'm going to upload this again to the second channel. The FBI agent watching his favorite RXT streamer. Interesting. I wonder how many crazy things I could say on the stream as a joke, and if anyone would ever believe them taken out of context. Obviously, there are certain things you shouldn't joke about. You know, joking about killing guests and whatever is fine. Joking about certain other things, even if it's just a joke, is not. It's basically the in Minecraft meme. I don't get that. Okay, let's... No, not... I wanted to do this. I'm kind of an old man. Depending on who you talk to, I am. You know, primary school kids will absolutely think I'm an old man, so... Oh, I'm going to kill you in-game. Oh, sorry, my bad. Oh, no, you were just in time, Max. So I wanted to approve that message. I'm going to kill you in-game. But I accidentally clicked on not allow. But you were just before me, so it doesn't matter, because I didn't actually click on it. So you were just in the nick of time to save me from making a mistake. The guest that looks closest to the guy you killed. Well, I know he had a blue shirt and was kinda ill, so this guest fits the bill. And there's the kill. His number of days left to live was 0. Which is fitting, as his name was Bill. It's pretty messed up. People use the in Minecraft excuse to legitimately threaten others. Yeah, that's not very nice. Okay, so recently I saw the story. I don't want to go too much into the story, but there was a story of someone who was being arrested by some online people. And you might recognize what I'm talking about, but... And then she was swatted in her house, which is of course terrible. So she went to a hotel. And then she posted a picture on Twitter of her cat on the bed of her hotel. And she got doxxed again by people who were able to figure out where she was just by using the type of bed sheets that the hotel used. Now, regardless of all, you know, terrible things that is, that's also wildly impressive and kind of scary that that's possible. Name as many landlocked countries as possible. Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan, Tajikistan, Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, Afghanistan, Azerbaijan, Armenia. What else do we have? We have Paraguay and Bolivia, Switzerland, Austria, Liechtenstein, Luxembourg, Monaco, no, not Monaco, San Marino, Vatican City, Andorra, Macedonia, Serbia, Kosovo, Mongolia. I think I've had all in Europe now. No, Belarus. Of course, Czechia, Hungary, Slovakia. And then you got Burkina Faso, Niger, Chad, South Sudan, Ethiopia, Uganda, Rwanda, Burundi, Democratic... No, that one has sea access, I believe. What else do we got? Mali. Almost forgot Mali. Zambia, Zimbabwe, Botswana, Malawi. There's a lot of them. Especially in Africa. Laos. I think I'm almost through all of them. Vatican City, I've had that one. Let's see, did I forget any? Probably I forgot. Central African Republic, definitely. Lesotho and Eswatini, also. All of what? All landlocked countries. Liechtenstein, I got that one. I might have forgotten one, but I think I got like at least 95%. So I have not been focusing at all. I did get San Marino. Oh, Bhutan. I forgot Bhutan, which also means Nepal. Yes. Thank you, by the way, for the sub, Key Theory. Bosnia. Bosnia is not landlocked. It has a tiny coast. In between Croatia. So, I have no idea if this coaster even makes it. I have been paying zero attention while trying to do all the landlocked countries. I've just been building random stuff. Like, I barely know what I've built. Is Marcel a geography buff? Yes, I am. Quite. Ooh, we need new marketing campaigns. I screwed up the quotes and will have to remake the list starting at 2:30. Wait, what did you do? How did you manage to screw up the quotes? I'm not a geography master. I'm not that great at mountains and rivers, for example, and lakes. So I could definitely be a lot better. I wanted to quote number 230, but accidentally added a quote saying 230. Then I want to delete it, but accidentally deleted quote number 230 rather than the latest. But how did that screw things up? Can't you just add 230 back? Or just add it, you know, add 230 as a new number. It doesn't matter that they're out of order. Come on. I just want to start building from the bloody entrance. Okay, let's look through support. Okay, that's easier. Like, just add whatever 230 was. Although it does screw up, yeah, it does screw up 420. You know, if you want to spend a lot of time redoing them, that's fine. But you don't need to. Oh, Moldova. I forgot Moldova. Yeah, Moldova's also landlocked. Oh yeah, you could just start at 420. That would be far fewer quotes. How many are we at? What's the latest one? Which number? $430. Okay, so that's just 10 quotes. Which is not much. Is it long enough? 1431 meters. It is. Nice. Look at that. And let's make this 16. That's a beautiful wooden coaster, isn't it? More than 8 excitement. That's a lot. Okay, are all my rides still making money? Probably not. No, the wooden wild mice is too expensive now. Let's go for 11. Same goes for the launched free fall. Let's make it 8. There we go. Now they're all good again. Well, except this one, but it's obvious why this one isn't making money yet. The guest count seems to be stagnating a bit, even though we have ads on. Thank you for the 2 to the power 9 bits, Donzia. Have fun in class. Oh, and thank you for the follow. Toby, or L Toby, probably. Okay, we have 4 coasters now that are appropriate. Let's start building some more. Let's do a hyper twister. I'm being quite slow with the building today. Ooh, what if we... No. Did that. Isn't that neat? A station through a loop. Oh, we got a rotor drop. Does this have boosters? No, it doesn't. Alright, time for a very long chain lift. And the turn. And even longer chain lift. Now, the benefit of a coaster type like this is that because it has very tall drops, you very quickly get to the length of 1400 meters without really noticing. Go through the bow tie. Could do it at the end maybe. Set this to 12. And then that way. Like this is probably already like 600-700 meters. And you don't really notice it. I love that wooden coaster. Did you build it? Yes, I did. And thank you. Corkscrew coaster 1 has broken down. Well, fix it. I don't pay you for nothing. And we do one of these. A bunny hop. And that's a 450 degree turn. No, 540 degree in total. This might already be almost 1400 meters. It also cost a lot of money. 32k spent last month on the rides. And then, hang on, if I do that, no, I didn't get a lot of sleep last night, so I'm a little bit tired, but you mightn't be noticing. But I do want to finish this park. And an ass band. Did you party all night? Not really all night, but I was home at like 1:45. We were at a friend's place. And we played board games all evening. It was very nice. We took the last train home. Can you imagine going on a coaster in real life that does a loop-the-loop around the station? I mean, that's definitely possible to build, so that would be amazing. Which board game? We started off with Rummy Cup, which is more of a tabletop game, not really a board game. I suppose really none of them were board games, tabletop games. I don't know, is Rummy Cup just a Dutch version, the Dutch word for it, or is it also the English term for the game? I don't know if it is. Fire all the staff. Well, that's gonna warm up the park rating nicely. Or cool it down, I suppose. Okay, so it's the same in English. I won twice. Last time we played, I was out in 3 turns. It was absolutely ridiculous. Not only that, after 2 turns, I was already down to just 3 more numbers in my bank, and then I said jokingly, "I'll be done next turn." And then a friend of mine who was right before me put down a sequence of a blue 7, 8, 9, 10 with the 9 being a joker. And I had exactly that 9, which I could swap for the joker. And then I also had a 2 and a 3 of the same color, which I could use with the joker to play it. And then I won. It was truly insane. Then we played a game called 1000 Bommen en Granaten, which translates to 1000 bombs and grenades. And you know, you have a custom dice with like images on them. And you need, you know, you get points for certain combinations. You have a gem and you have a coin and you have a skull. swords. And you get points when you have more of the same, and you have you get an extra card which has extra things on you for that turn. All that kind of stuff. Which was also fun, which I also won at least once. Maybe twice, I'm not sure. I think I won just once. Okay, this one's just about long enough, and this will definitely have the excitement. And then we also played a game which was called Centuries, I believe. Where you had to like get gems to buy cards and get points with them. I'd never played that before, never even heard of it, but that was a fun game as well. Okay, let's build a very long invert. Sounds like Century Spice Road. Hang on, let me Google for that. Century... Didn't really have anything to do with oh, we had the Golem version. Golem edition. Yes. We had Century Golem edition. Have you played the Stardew Valley board game? No, I didn't even know there was one. Okay, then we go that way. Go up some more. Damn, this has quite a high support limit. That is a very tall drop for an invert. Is there an RCT board game yet? Yes, there has been for ages. I've never played it, or even seen it, or even any desire to play it, really. But I do know it exists. Yeah, there's a pinball machine as well. Okay, let's go through the inversions. Now, you don't get any extra excitement for this, because it's not one inversion piece. It's actually 2 half inversion pieces. Oh, I'm not aligned properly. Is this aligned properly? No, this is still not aligned properly. Well, as long as we're not going 100 kilometers an hour, this will be fine. Will we be going 100? Well, we can see. Let's fast forward a little bit. And the top speed is, yeah, 125. We'll be going way too fast for that here. I thought we would be. So let's make this turn bigger. And we can go this way. Oh, and then the looping coaster is in the way. It's not very nice. Okay, time for a twist. They really make board games about anything. Yeah, they do. They truly do. Bob has broken down. That doesn't sound very nice. Hang on, didn't I just click on that? Which sci-fi universe do you like more? Star Wars, Star Trek, Stargate? I don't know anything. I barely know anything about Star Wars. Never seen anything about it. I know nothing about Star Trek, and I've never heard of Stargate. So, I'm a complete noob when it comes to any of those things. Okay, and test again. Would it go at a nice speed for a corkscrew here? Or how about a dive loop? What's your favorite volcano? I don't really have one. I suppose Vesuvius maybe. I've been up there and I like the story of Pompeii. I think it's an interesting story. But it's not like I particularly like Vesuvius. That's like asking me to pick a favorite swimmer. It's like, I don't care enough to have a favorite. The ones in Iceland are nice. That's true. Tide is also nice, which is the volcano of Tenerife, which I've also been up. Alright, what are you gonna call this? Oh, I can rehire staffs again, by the way. Let's hire a lot of hand demon. Fuji is the prettiest. Yeah, but like, there's not. I haven't really done much with it except see pictures of it and learn where it is. I mean, it gives a nice bonus in Civilization 5. I suppose it's that. Let's pick up the. No, we don't need that yet. Woody, black, and light brown. Interesting color scheme. So definitely black for the supports. That's dark brown. That's not bad. I'll keep the trains a nice red as a contrast. That's quite nice. What about your favorite speed skater? I don't know if I have one favorite speed skater. It used to be Irene Wust, but she quit after last season. Or, well, not really quit, she retired. After a 16-year-long career at the top of the world. You don't really call that quitting, do you? Other than that, right now, of the people who are still active, maybe Ragnar Wieglund. She's about 22 years old, I think. Norwegian speed skater, and I really like her style. The way she approaches races and stuff. Let's go up. There we go, over there. Let's put in another twist. And go down. Greetings all. Greetings, Technohornist. Okay, let's now connect this back. I hope it's long enough. Yeah, we're kind of in the wrong position there. Wait, we're still in the wrong position? So we weren't in the wrong position? I'm confused. And then we go like... Okay, then we go like that. Okay, we can't go into there. This isn't really working. What if we do... Okay, what if we just... Hang on. If I do this and I do some brakes. Then I go down. Then I can just do that. That's much better. Yes. Alright, that's I think number 6 or 7. I'm not exactly sure. This is going to be an intense boy. Yeah, it might be too intense. I don't know. But we'll see. I might also need to fix some vandalisms. Okay, and that, no. Ah, dang it. That doesn't work. What if I go down earlier? Yeah, that works. Okay, let's fast forward. Let's see what the stats are. Is it even long enough? I hope it is. It is. Oh, it has excessive laterals. Is it the corkscrew? Is it this corkscrew? It probably is. Okay. Other than that, the stats are mostly fine. But it's the corkscrew, isn't it? Yeah, it must be. So, what if we just put some brakes right before it? You know. If we put brakes at like 86 here. Would that do it? Let's see. Yeah, that does it. Now, will it still make the rest of the ride? No, it won't. Bam! Okay, instead of that brake then, I'm just gonna put the corkscrew higher up. That's a much better solution anyway. So, we're gonna stay there. And instead of going down, we're gonna go up one more. And then we're gonna do off loop. And then I just need to connect that somehow. Wait. You can click on banking, but it doesn't... Wait, why does... Oh, now it works. Hang on. I'm not at the right height here at all. Okay, is this aligned? Hang on, I'm 16.5, that's... Oh, did this go up? I think I need to go ahead one more. Yeah, now it's aligned. Okay, that's one too low. Hang on. Ah, there we go. Now it fits. Finally. I've learned from this guy Marcel on YouTube that intensity contributes toward ticket price, so it's okay. I mean, only if guests still want to ride it, otherwise it's quite useless, isn't it? Okay, this should have a much greater intensity rate, much better. Okay, it's still too high. What if I just get rid of an inversion? I'll just get rid of 2 inversions. It's a bit boring, but that should do the job. Okay, let's go to 13. Nah, let's do 15. They'll pay that for a while. Let's go to profit. Sort. Oh, we have lots that aren't paying anymore. Merry-go-round, you can go to 30 cents. You can go down to 10. You can go down to 15. You can go down to 8. You can go down to 15. And you are good at 15. Okay, now the stats is... Okay, 10.27. Why is this so intense? Is it just because it goes fast? From these stats, I wouldn't guess this intensity rating, to be honest. Can I easily remove some drops? I could. I don't know how much intensity a drop gives. I didn't realize that this was going to give such a problem, to be honest. Okay, this is not at all aligned. But now it is. Okay, that's 1 drop gone. Where can I... Okay, that's another drop I can remove. Which just means I need to go down here 1. Down, and then a normal turn. Then delete that. Go like that. Okay, let's see. What's the intensity rating? 1014. We're almost there. What if I remove the, reduce the chain lift speed? What does it go down to? 1003. Just one more drop. And then we're golden. Or one fewer drop, I suppose. Okay, we can remove that one. That's a tiny drop we don't need. Oh, that goes that way. If we just do that. Now we go up one more. That should do it. Thank you for the follow, Sharp Golden. Okay, let's see. Yes, 996. Finally. That was not a pleasant... Oh, we probably can't charge 15 by the... Oh, we only charge 2 for this. Can't charge 15 because I already got one. So, let's go down to 12. That should work. Okay, I'm gonna build this a bit faster. Now I'm gonna make this one a funny compact one. So let's do boosters. Gonna go up. Booster. Gonna go up. And booster. Start doing bigger turns. Or is it already going too fast there? Hang on, let me check. Okay, no, that's just about fine. And this way. And then we'll go up again. And... Awesome. That easily gives a lot of length. Now we can get up again. With some help. This is mostly because I'm tired and can't be bothered to build cool coasters. So I'm just gonna do it like this. I think this one's long enough. Now, that's hella expensive, but we do have the cash, luckily. That's one long twisty drop. Yes, it is. Let's properly test it. Do an observation tower in the helix tower. That could look nice. Still haven't fixed all the vandalisms. Let's see. Observation tower. I don't think... Is there actually space for the... Just about. Okay. And connect that up. Just like that. Oh, no, wait a lot. Perfect. Okay. Oh, it's 2 kilometers long. That's easily long enough. We don't have a Giga, do we? No. We do have a hypercoaster. Do I have one of the designs saved? I have this design. I don't think I can plonk this. Oh, I can. I don't have the money. Hang on. In a few moments we will have the money. Name a ride of your choice. Go ahead. And there we are. What the hell is this for coaster? Seriously. Imagine if they added a Terra coaster. A 3-tall wide track. Car that fits 100 people per cart. Max build height. I mean, that would be madness. And the current coaster, the Mean Green Machine. Alright. Mean Green Machine. This coaster is complete and utter madness. Also, I think I might not be able to build an exit line here. No, I need to move that. Both, actually. Can I? Yes, I can build from here. Bring some bois. Why? Love that purple maze of a coaster. It does look quite nice. Yeah. Okay, I can't go there, but I can go around the back. This is a very long exit line. How much are you making a month? Okay, still about 25k. Not bad. This is truly a crazy coaster. Props to whoever built this. This is one of the designs that comes with RCT1 Deluxe. It's 2600 meters long. It's got 9.5 excitement. It probably helps that it's half over water. It's only got 9 drops? I suppose a lot of it is helix. Damn. The average speed, only 32, but that's because it got a very slow and long chain lift. Wait, this one's testing. Oh, I never opened Hyper Twister. That's why it wasn't making any money. Whoopsie. Is there any other one that's not opened? No, the other ones are opened. Are they all making money? No, this one isn't, that one isn't, that one isn't. Let's go to 8. Go to 30 cents. And let's go to 10. Oh, and this one isn't either. Let's go down to 8 then. Okay, how many big ones do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 more to go. Okay, which coaster types? There's a fun pre-build here. I don't think I can build it anywhere because it's a Harpin. It doesn't have a very high support limit. Yeah, that's not gonna work, is it? Maybe below here if we're lucky. Nah. What else do we got? We could do a mine train. I don't think any of those is long enough. Corkscrew has one good pre-build, but I've already got a corkscrew. I could use this one. But that's probably going to be hella expensive. Oh, I could actually... Did I see a position for it there? Or did my eyes lie to me? Well, if anything, I can't find it again. Oh yeah, the coaster that was in the park also counts. So I only need one more. You're right. So, what coaster shall we do? Ooh, I think there's a good laydown design. Can we place this down? Yes, we can. Awesome. U0059. Which is one of the heroes of roller coaster heaven. But also path problems. I mean, it's a laydown coaster, so it's an inverted coaster type. That's always gonna give path problems. Like, everywhere. Alright, you just need to go that way, apparently. Let's test it. Go that way. Awesome. And then try to do the exit. Alright, we'll just go over everything, I suppose. So we'll connect that somewhere here. That's a very ugly... Oh, whoops. Very ugly exit line, but it'll work. Okay, there we go. Now we just need to open this. And then we should have finished the park once it's done testing. Where are my stats? Thank you. There we go. We've beaten Never Gonna Give You Up. We used 2 pre-builds because I was bored at the end. Well, tired mostly. Other than that, I built 8 of the coasters myself. I think I did a pretty neat job at them. Especially the wooden coaster. I like that one. And thank you for the 100 bits line. You never gave up. I didn't. So I think we did a neat job. Let's save. Now thank you all for watching. I had a little bit of a tired stream, but still a good stream. I was happy doing this again. Let's see who I can raid. Oh, Meckle's always fun to raid. So thank you very much for watching. And I'll see you tomorrow on the YouTubes for a hate-filled video. Quite a short one, but still a nice one. Gonna take care of the quotes instead of joining the raid. Well, have fun. And yeah, have a good night. Have fun at the raid. See ya.